Hey guys, what's going on? Lucky Cheese 7 is back again with another AOT anime discussion video. I thought you covered everything in the final episode live stream, Lucky Cheese. Why are we doing this? Well, let's just say part 3 is a thing now, and with that comes the possibility of, AOE. Ultimately the biggest, it's one of the biggest theories out there for the Attack on Titan anime, and more so just for the series in general. But rather than it just being me, which I normally do, I figured I'd rope in, a couple of my fellow mutuals from Twitter. So I'll go ahead and let them do the introduction themselves.
Oh, okay. Hi. I'm Jada. Well, my name is Jada. You probably seen me on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, I'm everywhere. So, so you probably see me everywhere. I am an avid believer that 139 was absolute trash. So, I have been voicing my opinion on the series for about a year. I was on Twitter when 139 dropped, so I've been here for a while.
I 100% echo your sentiments on that because I was there too.
Oh my god. I'm Mads. I'm on Twitter too. This is not the PFP I have there, but I'm on there. I bitch a lot. I was not on Twitter when 139 dropped or the 8 pages dropped, but I was up to date on Attack on Titan when that happened. And since July, I've just been on there bitching and talking about the anime and possibility of AOE. So I'm here too.
Dang, I cannot believe I've been there since the start. I've literally been there since 139. It's crazy.
It's madness. Let me just say that it is total madness with what's transpired since then and how things are right now currently.
I know.
But I was just going to say, for anybody who doesn't know the concept of AOE, long story short, it stands for anime original ending. That's the shortest and briefest way to put it is an anime original ending that's possible for Attack on Titan. And the thing I think is interesting is where exactly did it all start? And what I could say is I think it all started back in episode 1 when they showed a few of the images, or those flashes of, like it's like a royal baby room, and then they show Aaron's mom getting beaten and Aaron having that freak out, which I thought was interesting because when you look at the manga and he wakes up, he's like super calm and super relaxed. Whereas in the anime, he's like he had like a panic attack.
Right.
And you don't have the see you later scene either. Which, if you're a manga reader, you know that scene's kind of a big deal. So, why get rid of that?
Yeah, that was very odd. I really thought it was odd when they brought it up to me, like an AOE theorist brought it up. I thought it was very weird how they changed that, because it's just like, why? Like, this is the first chapter, first episode. Why are we already changing stuff off of that? Like, what's going on? Like, for real.
Yeah, like there's no way that didn't get unnoticed by Isayama at all.
Yeah. Like, I know some people keep saying that's a mistake, like, oh, Wit just messed up, but it's like, but wasn't Yams, if I remember correctly, he was part of the season 1 production. Like he wasn't a big part of it, but he was like, oh, do this, or I like this better because I didn't do it in the manga. Like, he was the one who, oh god, don't quote me, but I think he had some influence on the Berserk Titan that happened in season 1. Again, don't quote me, but this is rumors I've heard. And again, Mappa uses Wit's, first scene in season 4 a few times. So it's not like they've tried to redraw it or correct it. It keeps being used over and over again.
Right. Like it's always obviously it's significant.
It is.
Because if it's not, then why is it there? It can't be a mistake. There's
No.
no way. No way. Because that's a very, very like big mistake to make.
Yeah.
Like this is the first because like if we look at the ending, and you look at episode 1, how can it be a mistake? There's no way because this is a big mistake to make because if you look at the ending, it won't make any sense if it was the
Yes.
same thing.
It
So
really is.
so it's a big mistake.
Yeah.
And the only way to fix it is to obviously retcon it later, but we know how that goes.
Yeah.
Like, what are they gonna do? Are they gonna allude to it in the first episode of part 3? And they'll be like, "Yeah, we tied it." And I'm like, "Yeah," like at the very last second, but
Oh my gosh. The ending defenders are gonna like can't gaslight the anime only saying no, this was totally referenced. Her kissing his severed head was totally like foreshadowed. Man, at least they can't do that anymore.
Bruh.
Oh god. And also I know Tensa's brought this up in the alternate timelines about how Aaron, I think it was like Aaron waking up in that first scene was,
yeah,
oh god, well, because this was kind of like confirmed in the, oh god, what was it? Child of Evil, The Devil's Child music video, where at the end he wakes up like from everything that's gone on, and it kind of confirms that, like, the timeline thing could be a possibility. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but
like with Charity getting in ruins and whatnot.
it was like Tensa talked a lot about this, about how there's like 3 timelines, and the first one is, where she says, "Oh, see you later, Aaron," and then the second one is the manga, and then the third one is the anime, and him like waking up is him like restarting the timeline or something like that. Tensa, if he was here, he'd do a better job at explaining it.
Right.
But it was something of that type of thing, which is one of my big, like, that is such an interesting, especially at the end of the song where he wakes up, like, that's just, I don't know, it's like, whoa, that's interesting. That looks like it could have some merit.
Yeah.
Right. It definitely is very interesting. There's like a lot of like little intricate things that are weird that you notice if you really like open your eyes. You really see some things that you didn't notice before.
Yeah. Well, actually, in that first scene, it's like 30 seconds in the first episode, like there's like flashes of these images, either in the future or maybe of like some unknown time. We see like, I think there's like some dead bodies. Like if you pause it real quick, there are dead bodies which look like scout members. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, and of course there's like this like royal garb next to a fire, and then there's children's toys everywhere, and it's just kind of like, huh, maybe that's the future, But you'd have to like rewatch the first episode and start to like pause on those scenes to see what I'm talking about.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Willie's flashback had that too, which was an anime original scene.
Whose flashback?
Willie Kyber, like when he's
Oh,
like talking with his kids and whatnot.
oh, maybe. Well, I know some people, at the end of like season 3, I think it was, it had the glitch ending, and it showed like those pictures of what seems to be the future, or actually just of some unknown time, and there's like people getting executed near these kids like in uniforms. It's on Twitter, but I know some people were talking about those being, yeah, being Willie Tiber's kids or something, or maybe like Laura as a kid, or I don't know, something like that. We don't know what the hell it is, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that too, because that's ever since I've seen season 3 and I saw that ending, I'm like, what?
Hmm.
Like, refer to.
Yeah. And I remember at the end of season 3, the glitch ending, Tencent thinks that Armin is going to betray the Alliance in the anime and join Eren. And there's actually, you can hear shouting in the glitch ending of season 3. And, it's obviously in Japanese, but it, like, kind of roughly translates to sounds like someone, like, calling and yelling, "You betrayed us," or something. He has, like, a thread about it. It was actually really interesting. I'm like, oh, that's actually, that could be plausible. There's some of that. And, what really made me think there's going to be AOE is that at the end of Attack on Titan, they're like, thank you for sticking with us this whole thing, and, check out the anime because, our battle's only begun. This is only the beginning, and that type of stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then someone else pointed out, I mean, maybe this is a reach, but when you open the books, and in the last volume, there's like these 3 white dots, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, oh my god, like, you can find it on Twitter. It's like there's a big dot and it's surrounded by 2 little dots, and it's like just this waste of a page of ink, because ink is super expensive, and people are speculating, like, does this mean that there are like 3 timelines? Are they trying to be sneaky? Because it doesn't make sense to do that. Like,
It really doesn't.
it's just, again, it's just a waste. I'm like, why would they do that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you just waste ink like that? Like, what are you doing?
If there's not going
Yeah.
to be any purpose to it at all.
Yeah. And I know people are like, oh, they're just trolling, but I'm like, that's so much effort. Like ink can cost more than the entire printer. It's not cheap.
No.
It's, I don't know, like, I feel like I'm taking over the conversation, so
No,
I'm gonna
it's true.
stop talking.
But it's true
It's
because
so good. It's so good, man. It's like,
why would they? But the thing is, quote unquote trolling. Why?
Yeah.
What purpose does this serve? I'm confused.
You're just gonna make people mad.
just a red
I
herring for the
swear.
sake of being a red herring? No, that's
Just
That's
bad, right?
people's defense. The people's first thing they always say is, "Oh my god, it's a troll." Like, why does everything have to be a troll? Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't
anything that
exactly
you don't,
suffice to good stories
So,
either.
so
anything that they don't believe in, it's a troll. It's a troll. Like,
they're
what?
trying to troll us with good storytelling.
Right.
Ah, gosh. But Tensa, again, he has his whole threads about it, which are really good and detailed.
They
And a
are.
lot, yeah, and just what mainly makes me believe is, again, it'd be a waste of, like, everything, such a missed opportunity. And again, there are, like, minor changes in the anime, like, where, I think it's like Falco wakes up and he's like, oh, who are y'all? Like, I was, like, soaring above the sky and, doing all this, but now I'm here. What's going on? Who are y'all? Like, he doesn't recognize Gabby and any of them, and they're like, did you hit your head pretty hard? And from what I remember, that's an anime only scene. So people are like, interesting.
I remember when that scene happened. I went back to that chapter and I was like, wait a minute, I don't recall that dialogue happening specifically like that. So that stood out to me a lot.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
weird.
yeah. And it was the AU. It was after the last chapter came out. They did the whole high school cast AU thing where they went to the movies, and Mikasa and Eren and Armin are all watching it, and then Armin's like, "This is such a disappointment. I've been reading 10 years, and this is the ending. It was so ridiculous." And then they
And
all
that's
start
from
talking.
Isayama too.
Yes, I'm like, bruh. and then
I remember when that came out, I was sitting there for like a good 10 minutes thinking, okay, he knows.
yes, there's no way. Well, people said people are saying he purposely made the last chapter so bad because it looks so fucking ugly. Like, it kind of reminds me of like where they have the, well, you see, Ymir loved King Fritz and yada yada yada, and it's just a picture of him like fucking all these. Well, it's like he's not fucking them, but he's cheating, and Ymir's just kind of glaring at him, holding the baby, and it's like, bruh, there's no way, dude.
Yeah, there's no way.
Oh yeah, and
Like,
only Ymir knows, guys.
Like it's just there's no way. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh my god.
No way.
But the important part about the school casting was that Armin's like, well, maybe there'll be another movie where they actually give us the real ending or something like that. He's like, the mystery continues, and I'm like, huh, interesting. And all that.
Very interesting indeed. Why would Armin say that?
Was that from the official translations though?
Yeah, I think so. It's like he doesn't say like, oh, he says like maybe there's going to be another movie. The mystery continues. He says it like that. Like I could probably go find them, but I don't. I don't want to leave right now because it'll log me out. If I find them, I'll send them.
I'll try to look at it.
Like, oh, Jesus
I don't
Christ.
know.
Oh, I found it. I found it just now.
It's like right after the movie they walk out or something. I'm sure I could like just go to my bookstore and take pictures of it. Don't worry, they have plenty of volume 34. Nobody wants it.
I noticed that too. Yeah, I
know.
For no, like this. What was it? Not yesterday, the day before yesterday, and I was talking to the cashier. Like, yeah, those volume 34 have been sitting there for months. I'm like, y'all haven't sold a single. I'm like, at most, we sell maybe 1 or 2 a week. Like,
God.
what?
Yeah. Cause like my store has this huge Attack on Titan section. It's not huge. It's like half an aisle. No, not half an aisle. It's too big. Like maybe 5 feet big.
Yeah.
And they have like all the volumes. They have like a coloring book and a character encyclopedia, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And stuff is being moved around because it's being sold, so they move it around so it looks cool. But there's like 3 huge like piles of volume 34 that have like not moved, and just like there's actually been another pile added because there were originally 2, but they have not moved other than just to add on more books. And I'm like, dude, that's so bad. And like, Demon Slayer and, JJK and Chainsaw Man are like constantly running out and having to refill.
Right.
And or it's like
even the limited editions too, like all those are still there.
yeah. It's like, oh, that's how it ends? Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna watch the anime. I'm not gonna watch this animated.
Like,
But
oh, that's how it is? Bet.
yeah,
Well,
never mind.
saving my time. Saving my time.
Oh god, like I was like everybody else, like in like December, like a few months before it ended, I was all texting my friends because they were talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I'm like, huh, Attack on Titan's gonna be remembered from like a century onward. It's an actual masterpiece. And he's like, yeah, sure, bet. And oh my god.
Your friends were right.
I know.
Oh no. I
Just
wish
not in the
I
way
was
we all
wrong.
expected it to.
I actually, I just, it was funny because they weren't reading or watching Attack on Titan because they watched like, again, like JoJo's and Hunter x Hunter, the good stuff. And I never mentioned it again to them. But I did post about it on my Instagram, just kind of mocking it a bit. And one of my classmates freaking texted me about it saying, I didn't hate the ending. And I'm like, okay, good for you. And they got like super defensive about it. Like, dude, chill out. It's like, why are you so mad? Because I was like just posting bird memes and shit. And then I saw them have Aramika and Romeo and Juliet, and I'm like, okay, all right. I know, oh, because they're like, it was straight up like, Romeo, it's like, this is the best love story since Romeo and Juliet. I'm like, okay.
If that's what you want to believe in, be my guest.
Okay. I didn't say anything against it. But
If this is a love story, I don't want it.
No.
yeah. Because, my God, I was just laughing my ass off. Because I was being kind of annoying. Because I was like, oh, guys, you're in for a big surprise if you're watching Attack on Titan. It's going to be so fun. But I don't really do that anymore. But yeah,
Big yikes. It's
I
just a
know.
yikes. Yikes.
It is. Well, because nowadays, like, I'm so done with Eren and Mikasa that like just mentioning them like as a ship just kind of like puts a sour taste in my mouth. I'm like, oh God, I might have to avoid you because half the time I run into an Eren Mikasa, they're like crazy. Like they'll pretend to be nice, and then like I'll say I was yeah, I'll say I could see them working, but I doesn't really make sense, and they'll flip on you like so quick. Like there's this girl on Twitter, like she acted like like some moralist, like she acted like she was like trying to be rational, and I'm like okay, I see you're rational, and this is like someone entitled like "See You Later, Aaron." That's their username. You've probably seen them before, but they were acting like normally to me a few months ago. But now they just like are weird and crazy and just what in the fuck?
Weirdos. I think I have seen that person you're talking about before.
Yes,
Yeah.
Like,
it's
oh
like
my god.
yeah. And then like she tried to be like some moral grandstanding person against me. And then I said, like they put my real name on the internet, right? And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, here. They like straight up showed my full ass name to shame me. They didn't really do it without me knowing, but I'm like, you could at least censor the username. And it really freaked me out actually. Because I've actually only been on like really online for like 2 years, and I'm like, I don't want weirdos figuring out where I freaking live. And I had personal stuff on the account that they freaking screenshotted, and I'm like, holy shit. And it really freaked me out, and they didn't really have anything to say about that. But I wasn't really expecting anything.
People are so freaking weird.
Oh my god.
Like, what is
Well,
wrong with those?
well, that Shrek's anus thing that happened,
Oh
like,
my god.
I blocked her when I first came on here, and it wasn't until like a week ago, or no, not a week ago, like a month ago, till I unblocked them. And I'm like, why did I block this person? Because I rarely block people. Like I have like, I think 12 people blocked, and that's like, it's like, Sabaki, like the pedo artist, and Lord It or whatever their freaking name
Lur
is.
idiot. Lur.
They're idiot. Um, but I have them blocked, and I'm like, why did I block this person? Because I heard all my moots talking about them, like, oh, I'm friends with them, they're nice. I'm like, are they? And so I unblock them, and then this shit happens. I'm like, okay, I remember why.
Oh no, Shrek's anus person. Oh, they get on my nerves. Like, they're always in my thing. They literally stalk me because at this point I'm
Yes.
convinced. Oh,
Well, I found out their alt
They're not
account.
even enjoying their own content. They're just like, oh, if someone else isn't enjoying what I'm liking, I just go straight
my
for like, why? Like, why waste your time and effort on
I know.
someone
Like,
opposite?
like she stalks me literally.
I know. I think that's why I actually blocked her originally, because I vaguely remember, like, I was trying to think about why did I block her, because I don't remember everyone. And I'm like, oh yeah, she was like under my tweets sometimes, just like randomly. Like, I wouldn't even be being aggressive, and she'd just be under them, like being like passive aggressive, kind of like, Jardel would be with the Lion King PFP, just insert themselves into it. And I'm like,
But
dude, get away from me. Good lord.
so weird. Like, I try my best to get away from her. Like,
Mhm.
sometimes I'm not even talking about her. I'm just talking about
Mhm.
something random. Here she comes, and she gets a lot of likes. For some reason, she gets a lot of likes, but I don't know why. And then all her moods come to me, and they mess with me. Leave me alone.
It's like it's so weird sometimes. Like I'll be talking, like this has happened before. People I was like kind of cool with, and then they like acted a certain way. I'm like, dude, like where they tried to gaslight me. I'm like, dude, no, this is not all right. Like where I'll say a super vague tweet, like, some people just need to blah 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 or stop doing this, and they'll come to me saying, why are you making this about me? I'm like, I'm not. Thanks for telling me what you do in your spare time, though. It's like. Come on.
Like y'all really out here exposing yourselves.
Seriously.
Not the
Like,
best possible way either.
For real, like, come on now.
Yep. But I'm sorry, this has basically become a Twitter complaining session instead of AOE. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
mean,
just
well,
bitching.
It's all good.
Yeah, I just like to complain, like I've said before.
I mean, but it's the truth, though.
It's
Not really. It's the truth.
Yeah. Like, well, oh my, like, you can't also talk about AOE without someone like, Zero IQ coming on and
Oh,
trying to ratio you for, like, no freaking reason. Like, dude, I didn't even say anything mean. I'm just talking.
really? Oh my god! Like, honestly, I haven't seen Zero IQ in a minute. But last time I
Yeah.
saw him, Mance was trying to. I think he tried to ratio me. Well, he did. But I honestly, I literally ignored him. So he moved
Yeah.
on because I wasn't giving
Seen something
him.
like that.
His attention.
I wasn't
It's
giving him any attention, so he moved on.
Yeah, like, oh God, like, Zero Q's like, I leave people alone unless they mess with me or say something stupid, I don't mess with them. Marissa, I think, like, Marissa tweeted something about AOTNR, like, just about Historia, and wasn't, like, being weird about it. She was just like, oh, I wonder how Mikasa's gonna react to the baby thing. And then someone brought their freaking group chat, I remember. Like, they straight up admitted it. They're like, yeah, I brought my group chat, what about it?
Like
And I'm like, bruh,
everybody came in, and I was like,
yes. Oh my god. And I'm like, why are you bragging about that? And they're like, at Zero IQ, come ratio this person. And he responds to them saying, they blocked me, but good thing I have my alt account to do it. And then I screenshot all of that because I'm like, this is so fucking cringe. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? He said that, like, bruh.
Unironically. No.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is so sad. Who even has the time, bruh?
to do
They have
all
me
that.
blocked. They have me blocked, but I have my alt. Don't worry. Like, bro, what the?
Don't admit that, because the second you say, "Oh, I have an alt account," I'm just gonna block that one too. What are you gonna do? Make a third?
Yeah. Well, it's like,
But hang on, there's more. Don't worry. Like, what the hell?
good lord. They're all coming out of the woodworks.
Like,
Like, nigga, you're weird. Nigga, you're weird. Oh my god.
Well, I found out who Trix Amos Alt's account is. I think I sent it to Vanguard because, like, it was super weird because they were like saying, "Oh, you did this and you called me this slur," and I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" And they're like, "See what you did?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." And they're like, "Well," and they were talking exactly like Trex Anus talks, and then Trex Anus gets in it with me again like a day later, and the discussion I had with this like 0 follower account. Like, only 2 people saw it, like, and it was 2 of my moods. And then they all of a sudden knew about it, and I'm like, oh, so this is your alt account. Because I'm like, I had suspicions before, but now I'm like, yeah, that's you. You're so weird, dude.
Weirdos. Like, these people, quote unquote people, they can't be real.
I know.
And
You know what was funny? Like, you know how it's almost like it can be cult-like sometimes? Like, I don't like using that word, but some of it can feel like that. Like, when Aaron activated the rumbling in like episode 5, and all the anime onlys were like, "Holy shit, let's go, baby, yeah!" And then Zero IQ was like, "We've lost all the good ones. They support genocide now. Oh my god, like, dude, shut up!" Like, and even then, yeah, and even they made a tweet about saying, "Shut up! I'm watching my TV show. Leave me alone." And it's like, I was gonna have this connect to anime only somehow, but it's like, y'all, like, it's not that big a deal. Holy shit!
it really isn't.
It's like, cause people. Oh my god, it's so complicated. Cause Ishiyama, like himself in real life, has some interesting politics. I'll say, but like, I don't think, personally, in my opinion, of course, people are gonna have different opinions. I don't think he's. Oh god, I forgot what I was gonna say, but it was something about, the political stuff that goes on in this series. Like, I don't think having the series have genocide happens mean he's condoning genocide. Like,
No,
I mean,
obviously
does
not.
freaking, yeah, seriously. I mean, there's so many other manga where genocide actually happens and it's like off screen, like Naruto is it kind of a good example with the Uchiha clan getting freaking nerfed. And
Yeah.
like there's a lot of series where like there's some clan that gets freaking nuked off screen and everybody's like, okay, that's fine. But it's an
It still
issue.
happened though.
Yeah, it's an issue now here.
Wait,
It's like
wait.
yeah.
You brought up a good point.
Mhm.
Because let me just hold up.
Oh god. Ooh, what is it? What is
I'm
it?
curious, Peter. What do you got?
So everyone can hype up Itachi for killing his people.
Oh
but
yeah.
Aaron? Oh, okay.
Just to protect his people? Yeah, no, we can't do that.
Oh no.
Bruh, Itachi killed his own fucking family, dude. And
His own
everybody's like,
parents
OMG.
right in front of Sasuke. Okay, not in front of Sasuke, but
2
the
seconds
same
before he came in.
But okay, so everyone can hype up Itachi and love Itachi, but Aaron killing the outside world for his people? No, he's the devil. What?
Oh, it's so weird. They're so like they keep flip flopping because it's either OMG, Aaron's like MLK. Yes, someone actually said this. You know, he killed 80% of the world for Mikasa, and it's like, well, why doesn't he just do 100%? He's like, oh my God, you want Aaron to be a one-dimensional monster? He wouldn't kill 100%, just 80. Look at him. He's such a little meow meow. I'm like, bruh.
that's not what I'm even going for.
These people aren't real. They're not real.
No,
They're
and on the
simulated.
topic of that, like, do y'all remember when Sasuke was on his whole what was it?
Like
Revolution, yeah.
trying to kill. What was it when he realized why Itachi did it? Is that the
Yeah,
thing?
to
Yeah.
kill Konoha. I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all were okay with that, but
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. Like it's like if the character is an asshole, then they have a problem because it kind of reminds me of Danzo, like from Naruto. I don't know if y'all know that guy where he.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This isn't a good comparison, but everybody hated him, even though he
Right.
kind of committed. Well, he was like the instigator of the genocide,
It was.
but like because he was an asshole and he was ugly, everybody hated him. That's why everybody hates Flock, because he's like kind of an asshole sometimes.
Okay, but
At least
Flock is a
Flock's
real
willing
one.
to protect his own
Yeah,
people.
seriously,
At
like
least I can respect that, but the alliance?
Flock is a goat. They can say whatever they want. At
yeah,
the end
people.
of the day, Flock is a goat. And if you don't see it, then you're wrong. Like, come on, like, please. Like,
Yeah,
people get
people.
mad.
It's so funny how much my perspective has changed now on the alliance, because when the manga was still going, I'm like, I think the
Mhm.
last chapter I reacted to was 123, and then I went out of town
Mhm.
on a trip. And when I got back, that's when my final semester of college started. So I didn't really have enough time to go through and reacting to those chapters. But when I caught up, I was like, all right, the alliance, I can kind of get their perspective. I'm not on their side, but I can kind of see it. Now, knowing the ending and where it all led,
Yeah.
my view on them has changed a lot.
Oh my God. I used to actually defend the alliance a lot on, Titanfall because I don't really like it when people are like, "Oh, this is bad, this is good," and I'm like, the alliance actually doesn't. It makes a lot of sense. And then since the manga ended, and it's like I don't have an issue with them like winning, but like you have to make it make sense. Like make it make sense
At
and
the very
make
least,
it. And it's like, and it kind of made me mad that they're like, OMG, like now we're free, and it's only they can live their lives, and their grandkids are gonna get freaking nuked, and they don't give a shit. They're like, OMG, I have such a cushy life now. Forget everybody else. I'm like, dude.
What pisses me off the most is that, okay, shit, I lost my train of thought.
I was gonna say this. Like 139 was already a mess, and those extra 8 pages. The fact that they made Aaron a martyr and built like a whole garden around the tree, I was like, what is this?
That's so funny. Like
They
I'm not.
wanted to make him the wait. Oh, I found it. So basically,
Yeah.
what I was gonna say is, how in the hell did nobody die during the final fight?
Oh yeah, stupid. Because of plot armor. the plot said so, Jada, so it has to happen.
At all. No one died. Hell, like even during the Alliance versus the Aegis fight, the only two
Yes.
people that technically died were Magath and Shadis. But even then, like that was after the fight. That wasn't like during
Yeah.
the fight,
And you don't really give a shit about them anyway.
right? I mean, Shadis was cool, but let's be fair. That like towards this final part of the story,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't really do much.
Honestly, like before the ending, I was super forgiving for a lot of things that
Mm-hmm.
people were criticizing it for. Because honestly, the Shaldis and the Magif, I don't know how to pronounce their names. That scene actually really made me emotional in the manga because I
It
was
did,
like,
yeah. I was the same
yeah,
way, also.
because I was also listening to it like the full colored version with music, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so good, and actually still love that scene, but I was a lot more forgiving with like Mikasa doing weird things and even the Annie and Armin stuff, even though I'm like, okay, whatever. Just get to
Because we
Aaron,
all
kill
kind of
him.
thought that the ending was gonna pay
Yeah,
off in a big way.
yeah, and I mean, people say like the thing is, I was reading it, and when I think it was chapter 134 came out, I'm like, there is a tonal shift. Like, there's a tonal shift. Something's going on, and
There
it's not
is.
a good one. Like I straight up noticed that, and I thought it was weird. Like it wasn't really in my mind. Like, oh, this is not that good. It wasn't until 137 when I'm like, oh God, what the fuck is
That
going
was when
on?
because I remember, I don't know if y'all know this, but
Hmm.
when I was reacting to the chapters, when I get to the very end of it, like I normally have my rating planned out. By the time I
Hmm.
got to 137, I was like, I need to let 138 be the chapter, be the breaking point, because I can't decide whether this is good or this is
Yeah,
whatever. So
Yeah.
137 was like my big warning call. It's like,
yeah.
okay,
Like,
that's odd.
and again, I was like, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to get through. And then chapter 138 came out, and I was actually super mad because I was at work reading it,
Mhm.
and I was just in a mood. And then I kind of convinced myself, the next chapter is gonna like all make sense. Aaron's plan. Historia thing is gonna be revealed. The Grisha thing is gonna be revealed. And maybe it was tragic. Like it's like Mikasa saying goodbye before she dies or whatever. And that didn't happen. Like I freaking got the leaks right before I had to go to work for 139, and I freaking started crying. Like I know some people will be like, "Oh, you're so pathetic for doing that," but it's like, dude, this series like helped me get through like COVID and shit. So I was reading it, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is going? I was so upset. Like, oh my god, it felt like someone freaking stabbed me. I'm like, what?
I did my best to stay away from the leaks for 139, like up until when the actual chapter was leaked out. And
Mm-hmm.
then that night, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna just read it and see what we get. And I walked into it and I was like, the second they started going into Aaron and
Mm-hmm.
him going about like, oh, it was Mikasa, I was like,
Bruh.
since when?
Exactly.
What?
I kind of knew. I kind of knew the series was honestly as soon as the alliance. I know. Actually, you know what? As soon as Levi came back and everything, I was like, "Oh, I'm hyped." But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, "Wait a minute, what?" And then, as
Mm-hmm.
time went on, when the alliance got formed, I was like, "Well, I know where this is going," but I'm
Mm-hmm.
hopeful. I was very
Yes.
hopeful.
Hmm.
Then I kept reading, and I kept reading. I was getting more and more disappointed as the months were going by.
Yeah.
And then
I counted, we went 7 months without seeing Aaron. That's the
Yeah.
and,
thing.
and then when 130, what was it, 137, I was like, okay, I'm shaking a little bit. Then when
Mm-hmm.
138 came out, I was like, no. No. Because I saw the leaks. I saw the leaks for 138. And I was like,
Yeah.
no. And then I read it
No,
and I was like,
Ishiyama.
no, please, please.
Like, what is this?
I was like, this can't be real. It's a lie. It was
It's
fake.
actually funny going back to 139 because one of the leaks I saw after I reacted to the chapter was apparently, Mads, you might remember this, but it was like Armin and Annie going to Historia because like it was gonna be like her child's birthday party or something. And I was like, oh, thank God that scene did not happen, because if I had seen that, I would have been like, yo, what?
What the fuck? That's so funny. Well, you see how I found out that the leaks were real, like, because I kind of saw the leaks, but they looked fake. They looked like, because I thought Historia's kid was like traced over another frame of Armin.
I thought that too.
Yeah, like everybody thought that. Like, if I find the frame, I'll send it to y'all, but it's just super weird frame. It's like in 130 something that the frame shows up, and then, Historia's kid in 139. And, I saw kind of like the leaks, but they looked fake because they were all in bad quality. And then I went on fucking Reddit, like, the genius I am, and started looking at the spoiler tags, like, the genius I am, and then read something about Farmer being such a Chad. And I'm like, wait, what? And then and then I read other stuff about, like, Aaron turning into a bird. I'm like, wait, what? And then I went and read it, and then I, like, freaking died inside.
I lost my shit when I found that out. I was like, you mean to tell me this guy like willingly wanted the night just to become a pigeon?
And they're like, no, guys, it makes sense. The bird is called a parasitic Jaeger. Oh.
Y'all some bozos. We're like, what's wrong with y'all?
I wish I was there when the 8 pages dropped, because I was mainly just commenting on YouTube videos about the ending at this point, and I was commenting on the Akatsuki no Requiem music video that Sky uploaded, talking about it, like telling people, leave us alone, go back to Twitter and suck off EM some more. I'm trying to watch this. And then someone said, oh, well, you should hear about the 8 pages. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then I read them, and it was so funny. But, oh my God, I wish I was there. It's been so funny.
The outcry, though, when it came to Jean and Mikasa's child, oh my God. That... Like, I remember that was the big, heavy topic when those 8 pages came out. It was like, yo, like, the Aaron Mika shippers were, like, freaking out. I'm like, hey, listen. He said at least for 10 years. But more than 10 years probably passed by, and, well,
Yeah,
she moved on, so...
Yeah, so weird. I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go. We'll have to do this another time, because this is really fun. I'm really having a good time. So thank you for inviting me, and we can talk more later. I've gotta go. All right, bye-bye.
Bye, man. I was low-key trying to like figure out how, because right now I'm trying to figure out how to play Papa's Cheeseria. So yeah, that's what I was doing while this was happening. But what y'all were saying was true. Like, these people, well, people, quote unquote people, I will never address them as actual people. They are people. Like, they can't be real. Like, there's no way, because like I just take a step back and I look at who he made this ending for, right?
Right.
And I'm looking at these people like, this is why AOT failed. He made it for y'all. How?
That's what I'm questioning too. I'm like, and keep in mind, this is the same guy that gave us, what was it? Chapters 120 or 122.
Right.
You can even argue up to 123, but all the path stuff was from Isayama. So to see that and then go to this, like, what the hell?
I don't know, it's just like, I'm confused because what, like, like this can't be the same person, because I heard that when I heard Isayama, he used to write like notes on the side so he wouldn't forget what he wrote in previous
I remember
chapters.
that too. Yeah.
And so I'm just like, this is not the same person. You used to write notes. Did you forget everything? I'm confused.
Like there's no like you can't convince me that the same guy that had the scene where Grisha was holding the key up in chapter 1 and tied that all the way into chapter, what was it, 120? Yeah, I think it was 120, right? 120, 121?
Oh, it was in the 120s. Yeah.
Yeah. In volume 30 specifically. Like, you can't tell me that correlation just happened on the fly. The whole to you in 2,000 years later, to you 2,000 years ago, like, no.
Right. Right.
You can't sit here and say, oh yeah, that was totally on the fly. No, it wasn't.
Right. That was planned out. This man Isayama planned this shit out from the beginning. He already knew what ending he wanted from the beginning.
He did.
He did know. Yes, he did. He did know. He did know what he wanted. He knew exactly what he wanted from the beginning. He knew exactly how he wanted the anime to end, and he was building the story up to that point. He was writing notes on the side to make sure he didn't forget. Mans knew what he was doing.
And here's the other important thing people always forget. It's like, this is the ending he always planned. No, it wasn't. Because if you probably remember this, but back in 2013, I want to say this was like shortly after the anime either started or ended. The first season did anyway. He said something along the lines of, yeah, I had to change my ending because it got super popular. And I was like,
I saw that.
yeah.
I saw when he said that, and I was very mad about that. I was like, come on, now, nigga. Look, just because it got super popular, that doesn't mean that it's not going to be popular after you do what you were going to do originally. It'll probably make it even more popular.
Right?
Like, what is wrong with you? Oh my God. Like, this can't be the same guy that literally drew the panel of Aaron holding his dad's glasses because he ate him. Can't be. You can't. No.
It really can't.
Like, that panel. This can't be the same person that drew the freedom panel. There's no way. Like, the freedom panel is I don't care what anyone says. The freedom panel is the best panel in AOT. Do not care. When Aaron's like, freedom, I don't care. That's the best panel. It has so much detail. It's beautiful. It's just so like crafted beautifully. And you can't tell me that that's the same person that drew that did 139. You can't. There's no way.
Even like the end of chapter 130, or even, I guess you can correlate this to the final episode, where Aaron makes the same quote he did when he's looking at the Titans, like, I'm gonna kill them all, every last one of those animals. He wrote that word for word, the exact same dialogue.
Right.
And people want to come here and say, oh, he wrote that on the plane. No, he did not. You're lying if you think that.
There's no way. And we know these people are lying because they're starting to crack. Their facade is starting to come undone. Because they're starting to be like, I can't defend this shit anymore. He's like, oh, this is trash. Like, literally, people are like coming out of the woodworks. They're like, you know, guys, I actually never liked the ending. We know.
You were just convincing yourself, and
coping.
You did a good job trying to prove it, but it's,
cope. Literally, they are the biggest copers. I don't care. Like, you can call me a coper all day, but at the end of the day, you still are trying to convince yourself that ending was good.
Legit.
Like, tell that to another dumb motherfucker, because it's not gonna work over here.
No,
like,
it's not.
It's really not gonna work. Like, you can say that all day. Like, you can say all that other shit all day, but the fact still remains: it was bad. And I can tell you how, with manga panels, evidence, and research, actual contextual research, not headcanons. I can tell you it actual factual, piece by piece,
Based
why
on
this
panels
was
and
bad.
based on dialogue
Panels,
too.
canon panels, why this is bad. You, on the other hand, I have to get my research papers. I have to my Japanese haikus, my headcanons. Oh my god, these people are so stupid.
I know. I'm like, guys, look at the source material. It's right there in front of you.
They're like, no, that's oh, canon manga panels are headcanons now, I guess.
I saw that too. I was like, since when?
I'm like, oh, I guess I must have misinterpreted the whole entire story. I didn't get it. I don't understand. I just
I
don't
know.
understand.
How dare you?
Aaron freed the pigs, apparently. Okay. Aaron freed the pigs.
Aaron freed the pigs. He's the reason why his mom. I'm still. People are like, it's supposed to be a plot twist. I get that, but it has to make sense with the narrative and with the character.
It didn't make any sense because Aaron was talking because you want to know why it doesn't make any sense? Because Aaron, the whole series was like, my mom died, my mom got eaten,
and
even with the writer,
like, why did my mom die?
Right.
He asked him
with the writer. He's like, why did my mom have to die? Nigga, you killed her apparently. I don't know. Oh my god. Doesn't make any sense.
Like, you can't correlate that specific chapter to the ending. There's no way you can.
Right. Mans was like, my mom, why does she have to die? Blah, blah, blah. I'm doing this for my mom, for my people. Okay, so you're doing this for your mom, but in the last chapter, we find out you're the reason. So I'm confused. It honestly, the plot twist, it made me even more angry because of what happened later on in the chapter. You're crying about some bitch that you could have got with years ago instead of your mom.
Right?
You're crying about some pussy that you could have got years ago instead of your family.
I love that argument from people too. When they're like, oh, you just don't like it when Aaron shows emotion. 131! Prime example. I was hit in the gut with that chapter. When I read that, I was like, damn. I'm like, Aaron, I feel for you. But 139, look, I'm not mad because he's crying. That's fine. The context of why he's crying, though? Come on.
They know that it's the context. They just don't want to. They don't want to hear it. I don't care about Aaron crying. Aaron has been crying the whole fucking series.
He has.
I don't give a shit about him crying. I'm mad about what he's crying about. Aaron has never, you can quote me on this, Aaron has never cried about pussy before, okay?
Never.
Never cried about some bitch not liking him. Well, not so some bitch moving up. He has never ever cried about that. So when you sit up there and tell me, you just feel like when Aaron shows emotion, this motherfucker shows emotion every chapter. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Literally 131. Mans was like, when I found out about the outside world, I was so disappointed. I was like, this is amazing. This is heart-wrenching. I'm getting all hyped. I'm about to cry with him because of what he's about to do to these people. And here comes Mikasa Stan 123 talking about some, you just don't like when Aaron shows emotion. You just want Chadrin. No? Oh my god. The funny thing is about the Chadrin situation, the funny thing I had to say about that is that it's not even Chadrin. What are y'all even talking about? This is Aaron. He's just more toned down. Like he's like taking it at a different route.
He's grown up.
Right. This is him. It's him. It's just he's just not screaming and hollering and yelling like he used to, because he realized, like, okay, that's not gonna fly.
And keep in mind, he was how old was he? He was like 15, right? And he's 19 by the time you get to the time skip. So it makes sense that you see that level of change in his character.
Right. It's still him. Like, it's still Aaron. Like, he still has the same ideals, same beliefs. It's still him, just toned down. There is no chattering. There is no Chad. There is no emotion Aaron. No, this is emotion Aaron. He's just not screaming, hollering like he used to.
No.
Like, same ideals, just less loud. Basically. Like,
And the only time you get that, I think, is when he's talking to Zeke in past. That's the only time you get that.
Right. And there is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he used to just yell for no reason. Like, let's be honest. No reason. Mans grew up out of that. He grew up, I guess, his vocal cords must have been like, okay, you need to take a fucking break. But, like, instead of screaming, he's now talking, and he's, like, more calculated, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Using his head more, instead of just bursting into shit like a normal anime protagonist. Like a normal shonen protagonist. They yell, they're loud, they burst into scenes, they cause a scene.
Believe
Aaron,
it.
Aaron used to do that. But you know what? He grew up and he took a step back. He grew up because of all the shit that he saw in those future memories. And he was like, hey, yo.
Like, do you remember when he was like, yo, the ocean, I can't wait to see the ocean, seize the ocean. What the fuck do I do now?
Right. And he was like, will we truly be free even though our enemies over there? Like,
oh my god. And I made a whole thread about that a while ago where you end off the pre-time skip with Aaron asking, are we going to be free? And then you end off the story with, you are free. It's like, oh my god. Somehow everything connects. But
right.
oh yeah, and then there's that too. Oh, the final panel was a big misdirect.
The final panel was a lie. It was a lie. No, this nigga lied. And let me tell you how. Oh, this is going to be the final panel, the final page. Oh, really? Motherfucker, you took that fucking drawing and you just stuck it in there in a random fucking page that no one cares about.
And this was really what, like 2-3 years before the series actually ended? Is when he when he revealed that final page, right?
Right. He was got me all hyped, thinking that was the final page, and I thought it was gonna be significant because of his story of being pregnant and some random child. You are free. It all makes sense. It's literally all makes sense. But no, he just took that page and stuck it in and said, there. Really? Really? Grisha, what are you even talking about? You are free? I'm confused.
How?
No, he's not. Oh my god.
He's just born.
You are free? Question marks. I'm so confused. What part of him is free? Answer me that question, because we're still in the wall.
Free as in what? That Carla gave birth to him? That's his thing of being free. Okay.
I'm crying.
Just thinking about that too. Like, it's like, it was just a sketch. No, the baby's different too. Like, compare that baby to the one he drew. It's totally different.
The baby had blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
The baby had blonde hair. So confused. Unless Aaron dyed his hair blonde when he was a baby.
You are there free. Tears in the sketch too, if I remember correctly?
No, there weren't any tears. I didn't remember any tears. It was on the back of someone's head and a baby on his shoulder. Like, that's how it was. And I was like, oh my god, and now I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, no. I want to fight him. I want to fly to Japan and I want to fight him. I want all the smoke. Like, please, I want to fight. Like, now I want to fight. Because, ain't no way. You got me all hyped, got me all hopeful. Thinking I'm finna see peak fiction. I'm about to see Kino. You know what I saw? A disappointment.
We had Kino in our fingertips. That's a sad thing. It was
So
right
close.
there.
So close.
It's like 90% of the way through. It's like, all right, we're going for the long run. It's like, what's a good comparison I can make? It's like watching a really, really good game. The team's doing fantastic for like 3 quarters. Maybe let's even argue like 3.5 quarters. And in the last 5 minutes, some shit goes down, and it's like, what happened?
But like, a good analogy would be like, working on a school project, 85% of it's done, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna fall asleep and not finish the rest. And then you get like a D- because your dumbass didn't finish it. Like, I don't know. That's right. I'm like Aaron right now. I was so disappointed.
I know, right?
That was me when I was reading that. I was like, I should have recorded my reaction. Y'all would have laughed y'all ass off. Y'all would have
Right?
heard me. My ass was not. I was livid. I was like, what am I reading? What am I reading? What am I reading? Like I think literally after every single sentence, I was like, what are they even saying? Instead of talking about, instead of talking to Aaron, trying to get his his psychological evaluation of the situation, we're gonna talk about Mikasa instead. Ugh.
Just out of nowhere.
It was forced. It was so forced.
Really
like, why? Why are we talking about Mikasa? Who gives a shit? Why are we talking about Mikasa? What we should be talking about is, why did you kill your mom? What we should be talking about is, why did you do any of this anyway? What we should be
that should have been the focus ultimately.
And our ideals clashing, not about some bitch that no one cares about. Not about some brick wall that no one cares about. What we should be talking about is you.
Specifically, no, and I still remember it was like, I thought Isayama had this whole thing correlated where, okay, 138 was on, or no, 137 was Armin, 138 was Mikasa, 139 should be Aaron.
Right.
And I was like, all right, we're going to get the answers. And I remember I said, look, if Aaron dies, that's fine, but don't take the integrity and everything he's worked towards in that last chapter. And then all that, all this talk about protecting his people, protecting his home, protecting what should have been his wife and child. I say should have, in quotes.
Like, we went through all this trouble, and for what? To talk about some potato? To talk about some potato with a scarf on? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? You mean to tell me you killed your mom? You did this. You ate Willie. You ate the Warhammer. You did all of this just to talk about some bitch with a scarf? Are you insane? Yikes.
And if you want to talk about wasted potentials, the Warhammer Titan, oh my god. Like, I thought when he took the Warhammer, I was like, uh-oh. Like, okay, he got out of the prison. That's cool. Something else has to be used there. And he used it during the fight against Galliard and Reiner, but and nothing after that? Like, no fail-safe contingency plan of like, well, I have this founding Titan form, and my body's all the way over there. how about I just, crystallize the body, reform my head, and just have a dummy head just in the Titan's mouth, make him feel like, yeah, okay.
Right.
No utilization of that at all?
Right. Like, what was it for? What was the point? We went through all that trouble to go to Marley, all that trouble to literally attack them, break down shit, eat people, kill people. We used another Titan shifter as a nutcracker. And for what? We went through all that trouble for what?
Just for a few plot conveniences? Come on.
For some bitch with a scarf? Okay. Some bitch with a scarf that you could have been with years ago. Okay.
That's the thing.
Years ago. You had the pussy in your hands, my guy.
4 years.
4 years. 4 years.
That's the worst part. 4 years. God, 4 years.
Oh my god.
Like nothing at all.
Waste of time, waste of effort, waste of Titan energy, waste of gas. Well, I don't even know. Not gas. Waste of walking. Oh no, it was gas because the 3D the ODM gear. Yes, huh? Waste of gas, waste of bullets, waste of time, waste of a life. Hello, Sasha. Just a waste.
I know. Y'all had me feeling mad crying for Sasha. Make me go like, ah, shit. And now it's like, oh, wait. Let me be more specific. You lost Sasha. You lost Pixis. Who else died? Well, I guess your mileage may vary on Niles, but Niles lost too. Yet all these deaths happening in like this final part of the story, and none of that matters.
Right, like nothing matters anymore. All these people died, and for what? Just for you to look like a whole bitch and cry about some bitch who doesn't matter? No. Oh my god. Literally, like Sasha died for what? What did she die for? What did Hanji die for? What did all of our comrades die for? What did Levi's squad die for? What did we die? Edwin, why did he die? For what?
Exactly.
For what reason? Shock value? No.
You also want to talk about plot convenience. How do you do a final fight? What's supposed to be like the most crucial and epic final fight of the story, and no casualties? People want to see, but Eren died. Eren was the, what's it called? Not the oppressor. That's not the word I want to use. The threat ultimately for the Alliance, right? He doesn't count, but nobody in the Alliance dies. Not Levi, not Jean, not like nobody.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't.
That's what I like to call bullshit.
Legit.
Like how? Like somebody had to die. Ain't no way.
Didn't one of the editors also say that Levi was apparently supposed to die, but didn't happen?
I guess must have got scared. Must have got scared that the stands were gonna come. Here they come.
Like if that was the case, then what about Erwin and Haji? Because they were like second and third. That's my thing. It's like, oh, it's about the fans. Oh yeah, then how come like the other people in the top 10 like were gone? Like that doesn't make any sense at all.
These people are so stupid. I feel bad because I feel like people are scared to say certain things because they're scared that they're going to literally get obliterated. Like, it's sad, but It's just the truth. Like, you can't say, like, hold up, there's a new Papa's game? What the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry.
You're good.
But me, it's just me. What the fuck? But anyway, because I see Papa's Coca-Ria or something. I'm saying, what the fuck? Anyway, so, but yeah, you can't say certain things or you will be attacked. Unfortunately, you can't make a certain ending because I'm pretty sure if Isayama would have did what he was gonna do, oh boy.
Especially the fan base we have right now. Oh my god.
The EMs, here they come.
I can't even imagine what that would have looked like. Actually, no. The scary thing is I can. I can't imagine what that would look like.
That would have been hell on earth. Oh my god. Literally, actually scary. That's a scary thought.
I would have just been like, Isayama, just find a bunker. Find a bunker and hide there.
For real. Y'all, this is scary. No. Honestly, I would have did it just to piss them off. The funny thing is, do EMs not understand that you are literally just a cash grab? I hope you know that, right?
Legit. And the funny thing is, people want to be like, oh, but chapter 50. Yeah, nothing was built on chapter 50. Like,
right. They so dumb. They don't understand that they don't understand that they have just you got zooked.
zooked.
You got used, my guy.
It's like, oh, thank you for wrapping the scarf around me. Right when Hannes dies. Like, what? It's like almost as bad as when Hinata was talking about Naruto's big strong hand like 2 seconds after Neji died. I was like, what the It's like I was like, at least have that after the funeral. Don't do that like in the middle of the war. Like right you watch your cousin die.
Right. That's some weirdos. Guys, he loves Mikasa. He did all this for me. Shut up. Oh my god.
No, he did not.
No, he did not. He literally did not. Like, even if you want to debate with me about, well, he didn't do it for Historia. Well, if you want to debate with me about that, he didn't just do it for Historia, because that would be a fucking lie. He did it for his people. I was really just arguing with somebody about this earlier. They were like, "You're trying to make it seem like he only did it for Historia." No, I know what he did it for. And it's been stated in canon 17,000 times. But he's doing it for his people, and he's doing it. And they were like, "Oh, he's being selfish. He's doing it for himself." I'm like, no, literally no. He's doing it for his people.
It for himself would have just been like, okay, I'm doing this for Historia and his child. No, he's doing it for the betterment of his people.
Right. He's doing it for Paradis. He's not just doing it for himself. This is how I know y'all didn't read, because y'all would have known this very fact. Because let's be honest here. If Eren was doing it for himself, do you really think he, like, why would he say, I want my friends to live long, happy lives? Why would he say, will we be free? Why is he saying we?
We.
We. If he cared, if it was only for him, he would say, will I be free?
And that's not what happened.
That's not what happened. And his people.
And even with that line of, I just want them to live long, happy lives. In chapter 130, I remember this, and I wish they showed it like that in the episode. But you have that panel with his friends like at the table, right? And the birds flying off, and the panel's tilting in towards where it's supposed to showcase it's a flashback, right? I took that as his friends were gonna die, because if you notice the way it's paneled, it looks like the panel's like falling into the abyss. I was like, okay, if that's not a red flag of his friends are gone, then I don't know how much more obvious you can get than that.
Right. Like, oh, jeez. They should, honestly, and he even said, I didn't even know if you guys were gonna survive. Like, damn, well,
He
shit.
didn't.
You
He
wanted
straight
them
up
to
admitted
live.
that.
You wanted them to live long, happy lives, but you didn't even know if they were gonna survive.
Mm-hmm.
Which it kind of does make a lot of sense of him saying that. Like, I didn't know y'all were gonna survive. It makes sense because look at the situation. If I was Aaron, I wouldn't know if they would survive either.
I wouldn't either. Yeah.
So I don't really blame him for saying that because he's right. I wouldn't have known. When I was reading it, I didn't know if they would survive or not. My brain was telling me yes because this is shonen, and my heart was like, one of them at least got to go. No, none of them.
None.
It doesn't make any sense.
I love
No,
that
it makes
argument
no,
too
no,
from
no, no.
people.
It makes sense. No, it makes sense. It's called shonen. It's called power of the friendship. It's called heart in the cards. Believing in the heart of the cards.
I can just imagine this whole scenario right now. You got like Pegasus trying to read Yugi's mind, and you got Joey, Tristan, and Taya like blocking off the mind because they're over there like holding hands or something. I forget the actual scene.
Like, oh my god. So, if you believe, if you just believe, like, eye roll, the biggest eye roll of the century. Oh my goodness, the biggest eye roll of the century. Like, I'm so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I feel like Aaron. I'm so disappointed.
I know. The sad thing is, I know a lot of people were like, part two. They were looking forward to it. I didn't initially jump into watching the final season part two because it's like Aaron. I was so disappointed with the ending, and I thought we're gonna cover the ending. Like there's no saving this. I as cool as a lot of the moments were, I can't put myself through watching that. And then someone was bringing up the episode counts, and they were doing the estimate thing. Actually, no, that's you'd have to rush through a lot just to get to 139. And when I looked at that episode list, I was like, okay, so you either get up to chapter 131 or 130. And the funny thing is, the closer we got to chapter 130 getting adapted, I made one simple tweet. I think you might remember this. But I just made a tweet about, like, honestly, I know everybody wants chapter 131 to be the last shot of the final season part 2. I would rather we just end with 130. With everyone saying, I'm going to kill them all, every last one of those animals. And the comments I got from some people, like, no, it has to be 131. I'm like, look, I'm not saying 131 wouldn't have worked, because it honestly could have. But ending it off the way it did, I think,
That's good.
Worked a lot more, my personal opinion.
It did. Like, the ending of, like, oh my god, it's the Attack Titan. Like, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
Literal chills. Like, I had goosebumps, nigga. Literal chills. I was like, oh shit. The music choice, everything. That shit had me hyped. If I was an anime only, I'd be like, oh shit. But I'm not. So I'm not like, oh shit. I'm like, no, bitch.
You're right.
Oh no. Oh. But
I told myself this. I was like, okay, if part 2 ends on 130 or 131, I'll go out of my way to own the final season part 1 and the final season part 2 on Blu-ray. I made a commitment to myself, and since that happened, I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Anything after that, though, unless AOE happens, I'm not touching final season part 3.
AOE will save AOT.
Right?
I've been saying that. I got ratioed for saying that, but hey, I'm right. If I got ratioed for it, I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
AOE will save AOT. It will save it, and you can't change my mind. That's the only way to save this series. Either we start from the beginning or AOE.
And I actually said this months ago too. I said, okay, if we get an announcement of a movie, the chances of AOE go down. But if we get an announcement that we're getting a part 3, knowing that there's only just a handful of chapters left, it's like, all right, how many episodes are they actually going to cover? Like 10? Oh.
Wait, why would AOE not happen if we get a movie? I would think that AOE could happen if we get a movie.
You think so?
Yeah, because like if we get a movie, it's kind of like, you know, like it's more cinematic in my opinion. If like the anime were, if the ending was different, it would be way more cinematic because like, oh, it's a big ass movie, so the movie screen, so it's just like, oh my god, we think the anime is gonna be the same. No, bitch, y'all thought the credits, y'all thought it was over. Y'all thought it was over, bitch. And then it's just something different. It's like a boom, bam, you know, like a big screen, like at the movie theater type beat. I would literally go wild in the movie theater if I saw AOE.
That's true.
Like, that is amazing. I'm like, oh shit, oh shit. They'll have to kick me out. I'm like, oh shit. Historia, 130 answer? What's going on? Because you know one thing that wasn't explained? Who was the hooded figure? But you know what?
I think we all knew who that was going to be.
That was Aaron. But you know, it was Yelena. Why would it be Yelena?
If it was Yelena, they would have shown it.
If it was Yelena, why?
Like, what purpose would that serve?
None. There is no purpose. Why would it be her? And if it was her, they would have shown it. They wouldn't have left it ambiguous. That doesn't make any sense. Obviously, it was Aaron. No shit. And if you don't think it was Aaron, you're just willfully ignorant.
Right.
You're willfully not understanding and comprehending. Well, that's like 99% of Twitter. They're willfully ignorant because they want to argue, because they want to be right. But the facts remain, babe. There's nothing you could tell me, nothing you could say to me that would change my mind. We can fight all day. You can tell me the KYS all day. It still won't make you correct.
It won't.
Like, we can go back and forth all day long. I'm still gonna be right with my canon material, and you're gonna be wrong. Easy as that. That's why I don't even like getting like. I mean, I still like help ratio people and stuff like that. But like when I see like an EM trying to argue with me, I don't even know if you noticed, but I don't even engage. I don't engage with these arguments anymore because they're just gonna be looking stupid when I'm done. So unless they're saying some crazy stuff, then I will engage. But until then, no. Like, I gave up. I was tired of losing brain cells. Oh Lord. Bruh, I was about to tell you something out loud as if we're not on live right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. A&R AOE combination. Sounds lit to me. Shit, I gotta answer.
Sorry about that. I just went downstairs to go grab some cake.
Oh, I was so confused. I was talking to myself the whole time.
Now, I heard most of what you had to say.
Like, yeah, I honestly, like, I almost forgot that we're on live. Like, I thought I was on the phone with you for a second, so I was about to like tell you something that happened but I can't tell you because we're live. But because I thought, like, literally, like, I've been talking to you for so long, I feel like I'm on the phone with you. So I'm just like,
That makes sense.
oh. Anyway, shit. And keep my, because one of my friends was asking me how I keep my hair so healthy. I keep my hair healthy because I use a lot of like oils and I use a lot of like creams and I put it on my scalp and stuff like that. It helps your hair grow a lot. And I honestly, and by default, I just have like really thick, long hair from my father. So that's how my hair is so long.
Yeah.
Because it goes down, like down my back. It grows a lot. And I can't control it. I mean, sooner or later, it's going to be waist length.
My hair does
And-
that too, actually. Like, I'll cut it, and then like 2-3 weeks later, it's like, I'm like, I don't know how my hair does that. It just does.
That's that right? I probably spelled that wrong. Imagine A&R on the big screen. Sheesh.
Dude, that would be insane.
I'd be like, oh my god. Gets my phone, starts recording. Yo, it's happening. It's happening. Post it on Twitter. They're like, oh my god.
I would lose my shit too, honestly. I'd be like, oh my god, that's
like, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, everyone calm down. It's happening. A&R, it's going down. It's going down.
literally me in the theater. I'm like, rumbling.
rumbling, rumbling. It's coming. A&R, it's coming. AOE. Oh, jeez. I also love how they're like, this is only the beginning. Only the beginning. I'm confused.
It's another good point, actually.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, only the beginning. What do you mean?
Only the beginning.
So,
What's another big difference I could think of that happened?
oh shit. Oh god. Oh, fuck. Hey. I know I dropped that AirPod a long time ago, but I hope it's not broken, bitch. What? Bro, if my AirPod is broken, I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't know if this happens to your AirPods, but like one of them will just die out and the other one will just still be playing. I'm like, okay.
Wait. Oh, there it is.
You got it to work?
Yeah, I got it to work. Because I wanted to switch ears.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I wanted to switch to my left ear. I was tired using my right. I get tired. Sometimes I get tired of one ear, so I'll alternate.
It's a good way to use it, actually.
Right, I know, right? I'm so smart. Based. Oh,
Total base.
oh, literally. Trying to like,
How long do you think part 3 is actually going to be? That's my question.
I thought it was gonna be like, someone said that it's gonna be like 3 hour long. I don't know what's happening. Like, literally, like, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be. Because how many chapters do we have left? We stopped at what, 130?
Only 9, yeah. We only covered chapter 130.
We have 9 left. And how many chapters did we get finished with 12 episodes? Where did we start?
Actually, let me double check. Where did we end off on season 1? Final season part 1.
Yeah, that's what I need. Yeah, I need to know that. Because then maybe I can kind of predict how many episodes we're going to get.
let's see.
Commercial
Above and
break.
above and below. What chapter was that? I used to know this at the top of my head, and since the ending, my mind is gone. Wow, incoherent. That's the word I want to use. Yeah, I'll say this: the one thing the final chapter did give us is a lot of memes. That's the one credit I'll say. Let's see here. It is. Which one was? Okay, 116. I think it was 116. Let me see. Let's double check on the chapters and see where we're at. So, chapter 116.
What is Tenza talking about? Tenza talking about I got attacked by a mass hacker? Confused. Oh, they think that your StreamYard link is a hacking link. I'm done.
Really?
I'm sorry, my laugh is so ugly, but oh my god.
They think that?
Oh yeah, because Mads, you know when Mads tweeted it out?
Yeah.
Tenza sent it to the chat and was like, why did Jada get targeted by the hacker? What?
That's...
Tenza, what are you talking about?
That's funny. Oh my god.
They think that it's a hack. I'm so confused. This was literally like what, an hour ago?
At least.
What are you doing? And then it says Jada must have bullied them for real. Okay, I don't bully everybody. What does it mean? I'm just like, and it says, so is Mads fucked? And it says, I don't know, I'll send them a message. What if the hacker has any brains? They'll change the password to lock Mads off, but that would require access to Mads' email or phone. If Mads uses the same pass on their email, then that account, why do they think it's a hack? Like, what is wrong? This is hilarious.
I hope Mads actually goes back and listens in on the rest of this, because she's gonna have a field day.
I'm like, what? Why is Jada targeted by the hacker? Like, what? No one is hacked.
No one is hacked.
Oh, let me send. Nobody is hacked. What the hell is they talking about?
That's amazing.
Nobody is hacked. Thanks for the concern, though. I'm glad that everyone's worried about me.
Oh my god.
I love how everyone's like, oh my god, Jada, are you okay? I'm fine. I'm still here. I have not gone anywhere yet, guys.
No. It's just a nice chat. That's all we're having.
Right. If this man wants to hack me, he would have been did it a long time ago.
All right.
Did you find it?
Let me see. I might have. Nope. Nothing good. Weird.
Tenza jumped the gun. Why did you? I'm like, what is this nigga talking about? I'm so confused.
That's so funny.
I was targeted by a hacker. Guys, my account is hacked. So I thought we were pranked for a second. Get zooked.
Get zooked.
And it's funny because it's the way he says the hacker. The hacker. Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure if I was a hacker, it would have happened like within the first couple minutes. Pretty sure. Oh.
I put get zooked type beat. They said we thought you were fighting for your life. No, I'm good. Oh no. Oh, I love how everyone was worried about me. That's so nice.
Right?
And Jada probably bullied them.
Nah.
I'm typing so fast.
That's how I am sometimes. I'll just like type away.
They're like, we gotta go make sure Jada's okay. If they were going, someone said, if they were going for Jada, why would they go through Mads? That is true.
Exactly.
All right, why not just go to the source? Me. They had to make it look like they had to make it look unsuspicious or whatever.
Unsuspicious.
Unsuspicious. Unsuspicious. Fighting for my account. It's a good thing I looked at the chat when I did. Oh, they were like, immediately check their tweets to see if they were systematically tagging everyone in their following list, but it was just Jada. So I thought, so it looked like it was targeted. Guys, I'm a target.
You guys are incredible. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what the sad thing is? The last episode of part 1 came out like the week before the final chapter did.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like the chapter like when Aaron gets his legs chopped off and he transforms. And I remember I was like, dude, I can't wait for part 2. And then literally that next week, chapter 130, and I was like, what the? How do you go from that to this?
Literally, I honestly, I was also thinking about when Aaron, literally stabbed his eye out and he cut his foot off. I remember that. And I was like, okay, then what did you do that for?
Like, and I love the transition to where Historia is like, yeah, what if I got pregnant? Next scene, he's like relentlessly trying to chop off his leg. And I'm like,
Like, there's a meme where Aaron, it's a meme where Aaron is stabbing his eye out, but it's not just one eye, it's both eyes.
I've seen that one.
I have that meme. It's so fucking funny. Like, I use that whenever I see like necrophilic because of Aaron stabbing both of his eyes.
That's amazing.
I love that meme. It's amazing. It's
hey,
great.
Mads, what's up?
How are you?
Oh,
I'm
is my
back.
wife?
Yep.
I'm back.
Oh wow, my wife.
Mads, I don't know if you know this, but people
What?
thought that
Yeah.
this was a hack, apparently.
Yeah, in the group chat, they're like, "Oh my God, Matt's got hacked. They're targeting Jada now. Oh my God."
Like, Tenzo's like, why did Jada get targeted? I'm like, what?
And people were texting me like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, I'm chill. What's up with you?"
Like, I'm fine. Like, I had to make sure that everyone, like, hey guys, I'm okay. I'm not getting attacked. I promise. Oh my god.
Goodness.
Like, I was scrolling up, reading the chat, and I was just like, this is like being targeted. I was like, what? What?
Yeah. And I was, it kind of freaked me out because I'm like, did someone hack my account yet I'm still on it or something? And I'm like, I had to go look what they were talking about. But yeah. What were y'all talking about? I mean,
What were we talking about?
Oh no, so we were just about to get into like where part one ended, and I just went into how hype it was, like ending off the final season part one.
Mhm.
With Aaron saying "Bring it on," then Reiner, and I
Yeah.
vividly remember this. This was like the week before the final chapter came out, and I was like, "How do you go from that to this?"
Yeah. Well, it makes me like, you know, the Jujutsu Kaisen author. It's kind of a running gag that that they, I don't know if it's he or she, that they hate Gojo and Yuji. And it's like that they're trying everything in their power to get him out of the story. Well, I have like this conspiracy going on that Yams hates both. Well, either he hates either both Mikasa and Eren, or he hates Eren, but he tries to make Mikasa look good, but it backfires. But I don't know. I'm like starting to think he hates his own characters, like a lot.
Oh shit! My
What
brain. I literally I was like,
So yeah, if we're
oh,
looking at that, so part one ends at 116, and
Yeah.
part two obviously we know ends at 130. So what's that, like 14 chapters? Yes.
Yeah. 13. Oh, excuse me, 14 chapters.
14 chapters and 12 episodes. Okay, not bad. So if we use the math and logic that we have from that and take it to the last part, how many episodes do you think it's gonna be? If there's 9 chapters left and they adapted 14 chapters and 12 episodes, how many do you think it's gonna be?
If they're following the content itself, I'm gonna say 10 at the max. If they decide to stretch out
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
last chapter.
Like, I'm not, like, I've heard rumors, like, oh, it's gonna be, like, 3 episodes and each one's gonna be, like, an hour or something like that, but I don't think we know yet. Or at least it's just rumors from what
I don't think that's gonna happen. That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, what is this, an OVA special? No.
It's not gonna be like.
I find it funny how people are like, stop tying in OVA to the main story. It's obviously not canon, but wasn't it literally stated as canon, a part of the story? Question marks.
Yeah.
I think so.
I mean, it's like, I don't think OVAs are, like, not canon. It's just kind of like a side story that, you know, it's like, kind of unfocused. Like, if, say, the main series was going to go off and do it, it'd be kind of confusing. Like, bro, why are we focusing on Annie for, like, 10 episodes randomly? And, I mean, something like the AU, like, up until recently, we're like, well, that's an AU. That's obviously not part of the story. But they, like, call it something different. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But it's pretty clearly part of the story.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it's literally, isn't it? What, didn't he literally confirm that it is?
I don't remember. I probably was.
Like, stop trying to tie the OVA into the. Man, shut up.
Right?
Like, everything these people. I'm just shut up.
Like, you know how we were talking about whether or not there'd be a movie or not, like where there'd be a part 3. Well, people were talking about how bad the pacing would be, especially considering like, the last few chapters. Like, they don't seem as bad when you read them like once a month, like how we got them. But if you read them all within like 30 minutes of each other, it doesn't make sense and it's like there's no tension. Like, Connie and Jean got turned into Titans and like literally 5 minutes later they're turned back. So people were talking about how atrocious a movie with its pacing would be if they were to choose a movie and choose to adapt the final arc.
True. You have to like put in a lot of water. You have to put a lot of like filler content to fill in like make the gap wider, because if you really go at it, like if you really adapt it like panel for panel, like for real, it'll be like this quick. So it's just like, and it wouldn't make any sense. Like, oh my god, we're gonna turn them into Titans. 5 seconds later, now they're back normal. What was the point of that?
Yeah. One of the things that baffles me the most about the last arc is not Jean and Connie turning back into Titans, which it quite does a bit, but was the fact, like, he's like, oh, the Warriors' parents, they're child abusers, basically, they care more about themselves than their own children, and only at the end they're like, OMG, I shouldn't have done that, OMG, when they're, like, about to die.
Yeah, like too late.
When it's like, oh, I don't get any more, rewards for this, so now I'm sad. It's like, why let them live? Like, all of them should have fucking died. Like, I don't even care if they're like, oh, but they're so sweet and nice. No, they aren't. They're child abusers, basically. Like, especially Reiner's mom and Annie's dad. Like, I do not understand what was going through his mind. Like, Annie killed, like, Petra, and Petra's dad was all like, oh, where's, talking to Levi, oh, I gotta get out here before Petra sees me, and, she wants to get married, and it's like, what? Or Peak being able to reunite with her family when, like, Connie lost his entire village. It's like, that doesn't make sense.
It
Like,
doesn't.
it, like, oh, they get rewarded for
Killing
what?
Aaron.
Oh my god. Okay, what is the point of Peak? Like, I know there's a lot of Peak fans, but literally, what is she there for other than, like,
Being
OMG,
hot.
she's so hot, look at her ass. Like, okay. No one gives a shit. Literally no one.
Like Peak's cool, but
Yeah,
like I don't care about her enough.
Yeah.
like, she's not like, I guess it's because she doesn't really have an interesting dynamic, I don't think, with anybody, in my opinion. Like, how, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I like to see characters interact with each other. Like, Porco and Reiner have an interesting thing going on, like, because they have kind of, like, there's resentment and there's respect and there's a rivalry, and then you've got, like, Reiner and Annie, they're kind of, I don't know how to describe them, but it's just kind of funny seeing them interact. You can tell, like, I don't know, Peak, like, I don't know, I don't really see anything. Like, I'm just kind of like, yeah, she's there. Cool.
Like, she's pretty and everything. She's beautiful, but
Yeah.
I mean,
You gotta have more to your character than just looks.
other than that,
I mean, we've got Mikasa, who has the pretty with nothing else covered. Like, we don't need another one.
but I
I
will
know,
say
right?
this
The
though,
poster
That's
girl,
me.
right?
I would rather watch Peak than Mikasa any day. No,
It's just,
It's true.
yeah, I was about to say, maybe I shouldn't be so mean to Peak, because Mikasa's right there. And
Peak is better. Peak is peak. Let me stop.
I see what you did there.
Peak is peak.
Also, another thing I love about the series is how normal a lot of the names sound. Like, Reiner Braun sounds like really like a normal name to me. Then you got like freaking Peak Finger. I'm like, bro.
What kind of name is that? I remember when I found that out, I was like, Peak Finger. Okay.
I've never heard that last name before, like, in my life.
Same. I haven't either.
Oh my god. So sad.
Peak fiction. No.
Peak fictitious. Ooh.
Peak fiction. Peak embarrassment. Oh, no, peak fiction, more like peak disappointment.
Peak and bass.
Banger.
Genshin Impact, more like this will impact how much you go outside.
Okay, but like, what is fandom though? Like, I know nothing about that, but
I don't know
always
anything about
see
that fandom
it
either.
on my timeline about it. I'm like, bro, what happened?
Right?
Attack on Mid.
I'm gonna go refill some water real quick, so I'll be right back.
Shingeki no Mid.
Oh my god.
I can keep going with the names for this show.
Yeah.
Shingeki no Midjin.
Oh my god. I also want to complain about something else.
What?
So, you know Annie?
Mm-hmm.
She's a cool character, at least in season 1, and before she got freaking monged by Armong.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't understand at the campfire scene why she didn't get beat up too. Like, why everybody just didn't get beat up. Honestly, because everybody just deserves it, honestly. Because I'm like, why is Ryan getting beat up? Like, bruh, like, Annie's like such a. It sounds like I'm so serious, but like, she literally does nothing and gets rewarded and gets everything at the end. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This is so unsatisfying.
Mikasa should have beat Annie's ass.
Yeah,
Let's
she
be
should have. So should have Levi, but I guess he didn't remember.
Levi has short-term memory loss. I guess the explosion really fucked with his head. Stop. I'm such a bitch, bro.
But
He must have landed on his head. He must have landed on his head when he was flying in the sky.
Well, actually, I figured it out why Levi doesn't care about, his teammates dying. You know how people are saying that Historia doesn't see a father figure in Levi, that whole Twitter fiasco yesterday? Well, I guess it's because he only cares about Eren and Mikasa, as the EMs say.
Yeah. He didn't care about Erwin. Nope.
No, I don't care about that, man.
He only cared about. He didn't care. Oh wait, he didn't care about his first two friends. He didn't care about them either. What was their names? What was her name?
Farlin and.
Fuck, her name was like
Isabel.
He didn't care about them.
Farlin.
He didn't care about them either.
Oh god, crazy.
But yeah, it was Ferlin and Isabel.
Yeah.
And he didn't care about them. Nope. He didn't care about Hanji either. Nope.
Poor Hanji.
Nope. All he cared about was Mikasa and Eren. That's it. First of all, Levi didn't even really show. I mean, obviously he cared about Mikasa and Eren, but but Mikasa is kind of like, he only cared about her to a certain extent. Like, he's not gonna go out of his way.
Yeah, it's not
like that's my Mikasa, or he's not gonna do all that.
Yeah, it's not like his connection to Mikasa isn't like how it is with like Erwin or Hanji, or obviously.
Yeah, definitely not.
And it's like it was just that was such a weird like dispute because they're like bitching about it. I'm like, dude, why are we talking about this? Why do you care? It was so weird.
He only cares about Mikasa and Eren because he touches their heads. What? Oh. He touched Isabel too. He cared about Petra. He cared about Petra. He cared about his squad. He cares about a lot of people. Did we also forget about, Levi's a clean freak and everything. He literally touched one of his soldiers' hands when they were dying, and it had blood on his hands.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Speaking of the Squad Levi, do y'all remember when Aaron was like, I'm not gonna make the same mistake again and
Yes.
trusting his
Yes.
comrades?
Yes.
What a
I'm like,
contradiction that turned out to
yeah.
be, too.
It's like I'm like, well, and you know, you look about. I think about that a lot, and you know, I'm like, well, that would have been made so much sense. Like, oh, why doesn't Aaron trust Armong and Mikasa to, you know, save the world and stuff? It's like, well, because the last 20 times he's done it, people get freaking nuked. So he's like, I don't trust y'all to do it. I'm gonna do it so I can guarantee this happens because I can do it. Y'all don't have the stomach to. So I'm taking it upon myself to do this. Like it, and I feel that's like, I mean, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that because, you know, you give people stuff to do and they fuck up. Obviously, not to that extent, but you know, you're like, fine, I'll do it from now on. And I don't know, it's
Like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Full Thanos.
Thanos.
Like
Yes.
Thanos, like, I'll do it myself.
After
Me with the
139
ending.
came out,
Me
all
with
the
the
fan,
ending, I'll do it myself.
all the fan artists and fan fiction writers after 139 came out, fine, I'll do it myself. I'll make the keynote thing. I'll give
Right.
a
I'll make the
fan art.
peak fiction myself.
When did I have a quick question? So, like, I didn't really start to, well, because it wasn't until the very end, 139, where I'm like, yeah, this is shit for Attack on Titan. But I know a lot of other people were saying, oh, I could tell it was going downhill from X chapter. Did y'all have that happen? Like, I'm not talking like, oh, this is kind of weird, but like, oh, this is not gonna turn out good. Like, did you ever, like,
Yeah.
at a certain chapter, be like, this is not gonna go well?
Like I said, whenever the alliance was formed, I already knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, I predicted it even from back then. I was like, the alliance. I know where this is going. I knew it. So
Mm-hmm.
after the alliance was a thing, my expectations were to the floor. So,
Yeah.
because I already knew where it was going. It was going into the basic shonen power of friendship. I already knew where it was going. So I knew it wasn't going to be good. But I still had a little bit of hope, but I knew it wasn't going to be good.
Trust DMs, everyone. Trust Ishiyama.
I know for me, like I said, because I was dealing with my final semester of college at the time, I didn't really read the chapters like right when they came out. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, it's not bad, but I did notice that there was kind of a shift in terms of how the story was being told, and
Yeah.
I want to say 127 was where I was like, okay, seeing what these characters are doing are cool and all, but what's Aaron up to? That was
Mm-hmm.
my big thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that took, like I said, 7 months before we got him again
Mm-hmm.
was kind of a red flag for me.
Yeah. Like I said, I could forgive a lot of things.
Mhm.
And I don't know, I just never really noticed how, I mean, of course, reading it back, it kind of sucks, but, you
At the
know, I'm like,
time, yeah.
yeah, I didn't notice how much it suffered without Aaron because I was just so wrapped up in the hype and I was talking to people all about it. And, like,
Same.
there's certain things you're more critical of when you look back, like, something I didn't even freaking realize till the anime aired was that, you know how Falco freaking witnessed his brother basically get, like, toasted in front of him and die?
I
And
didn't
then
notice that either.
yeah, and then Connie, you know, tries to feed him, and then, like, an hour later, he's just chilling. Like, he has, like, no, like, of course, he doesn't have any reaction to Connie trying to kill him, but he knows his brother is dead, and he has, like, no reaction.
Right.
And I didn't even realize that. I'm like, holy shit, until someone freaking pointed out. I'm like, oh my god. This
I
is,
remember a lot of people were talking about the pie scene, and
oh,
I had an interesting take on this because
mhm,
at the time I was like, okay, maybe this is Isayama's way of kind of subverting how the reaction would have been. Because I
yeah,
thought back to how Reiner
mhm,
and Bertolt revealed themselves there, and so I was like, maybe that's his way of
mhm,
having this approach. But looking at it now, and I'm going to mention a thing that I mentioned in a stream I did a while back, but
mhm.
how do you make the pie scene even worse than how it was in the manga. Like, it's weird how bad it is looking at it in the manga, but seeing it animated,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
Cringe.
Because like with the manga, you can kind of read it at your own pace and kind of imagine how the characters are talking and like put space in between it. But when it's like condensed to 30 seconds, it just becomes like so much worse. I don't know if that makes any sense.
That makes sense.
But yeah, you know, the fan ending, Usurper, Attack on Titan Usurper. Actually, you know, I've read I think up to like 130 of the chapters they did. Or
that's what I read up to too.
Yeah, and there's certain aspects I really like. Like I liked when you know, instead of having the Connie saying, "We're gonna go save the world," you know, Avengers music plays. You know, Falco says, you know, we're gonna go save our home, which I like a lot more.
I like that a lot better.
I don't know, there's something about that I like, because it's like, fine, we'll freaking help you save your stupid ass home, and it's like, it makes more sense because they're like, fine, we'll go help, but we're not gonna enjoy it too much. Help saving the world, and people want to kill us.
Connie wanted that MC moment. He thought he was the main character to save the world. Bitch, sit your struggling ass, hairline ass down.
And having Falco say that line of "we're gonna save our home" actually fits more because when we do start the time skip, we do actually start off with Falco, so that actually fits.
Because like Falco and Reiner kind of take on after a time skip when Marley kind of take on the, you know, kind of main character while Aaron's, you know, MIA for a while. And also the pie scene with Annie, like I think she's eating the pie still, but like there's this kind of tense almost standoff before, I don't remember which character, like is like, hey, everybody chill out, we don't want a thing going on here, like just chill, everybody chill out. Like kind of that shock and that tense stare down. I don't know, there's just something about that I really was like, this is actually pretty good. I mean, it's hard to fix, but I think they did good for what was broken.
Yeah. They did a good job. You know, you gotta piece everything together without trying to, you know, it's kind of hard to like make a lot of things work without having to like go all the way back and fix everything.
Yeah.
But they are doing a pretty good job. I salute to all of the fan fiction authors.
Yeah.
They're doing their best with the source material.
I just don't. Like, everybody's just so crazy on like Attack on Titan. Like, you've heard about the Flock guy on Twitter who got a gun held to his head at a convention. Like, obviously not real, but it was like, dude, like,
what
I don't know. Yeah, and I'm just kind of like,
y'all niggas are weird.
Y'all are weird.
Y'all are weird.
And I don't know, like, there's just something like so disturbing, like, especially with like, I saw this with Shrek saying this too, where she called, you know, Saint a monkey, and then that got like 21 likes, and I'm like, really? Like, I don't care what he said about a fictional character, or, you know, if you're black or if you're blah blah blah. Why are you making racial insults over a fictional character? Like, and who likes that? Like,
because I know half the people that like that shit were white.
Yeah, like, it's like you're normalizing that. You're like, oh, you're basically saying to your moods and your followers, it's okay to call Saint a monkey because, you know, he doesn't like Mika. So it's like, dude, like, what is your deal? Like,
seriously.
Mikasa won't fuck you, I'm afraid. She's fictional. Mikasa isn't real.
Yeah, it's freaking insane. I
know in your head y'all have, you know, you go out on dates in your brain and like, you know, your headcanon is that y'all hang out on the weekends. But no, in reality it's not happening. No, bitches? Like, bro.
It's like, I know I say this a lot, and I'm like, please go talk to someone. Like, seriously though, like, I'm not saying this to be rude. Like, if you generally have trouble like living your life without Attack on Titan or like discerning what exactly is real, like please actually go talk to someone. Like I'm not even
Yeah,
joking. I'm not even
seriously.
trying to be mean.
No,
Right, I'm
it's the
being
honest
dead
truth.
And
ass.
it's just meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like for the fact that it's fiction. I don't know. It's
Like we're being dead ass. Like, my guy, you need to go talk to somebody. You need help. Someone needs to help. You need someone in your corner because you have no one. No bitches, no maidens, no pussy. Okay.
Nothing like that.
No friends.
And there's other series out there too. It's not like Attack on Titan's the end
yeah.
all be all series.
I mean, there's other great series. I mean, since Attack on Titan has ended, I've watched a lot actually. Cause like I kind of went into a rut after Attack on Titan where I was just kind of like sad about it all the time.
I was too.
Yeah, and I just didn't read anything. But then I started reading. I started watching Vinland Saga, Land of the Lustrous.
Peak.
I'm almost done with Hunter x Hunter.
That's a good
Hunter x
one.
Hunter is peak.
Oh, it's so good. Like, I think I'm like 10 episodes away from finishing the anime. I need to finish it.
And
But-
Viz is releasing the complete Blu-ray set on that too. That's gonna.
Yeah. And like
The
I'm
first
now
one
like
was,
so hyped like for so much stuff. Like not just Attack on Titan anymore. Like, you know, with all
Right.
the new anime coming out, like
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, I guess in 2024, 23.
I think
I'm
it's
just
23. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just so excited.
so excited, especially because like CSM. I read all of CSM. Peak fiction,
Dude,
Yeah.
people aren't ready for Chainsaw Man. Oh my
No,
god.
no
Like,
one's ready for Chainsaw Man.
they're like so cock blocky with Chainsaw Man because the first freaking like trailer came out almost a year ago. I'm like, oh, we're getting it this like fall or something, and it didn't come, and I'm like, okay. So I'm just so ready. It's so fun.
And I think part 2 for the manga is coming out also. I think it's coming out this year.
Oh,
Something like that.
yeah. Wasn't it like June? I
Sometime they said like summer 2022,
Yeah.
so it's somewhere between June and August.
guess. Yeah. Oh, next time for like AOE fairies, I would ask Tensa. Are you in a group chat?
I don't think I am.
Okay.
No, because he's not. Because he would have saw that. He would have saw the whole hacking situation.
No, I heard it from Jade, and I was like just
gonna-
cracking up.
I'll add them into your like live stream AOE group chat that some of us were in, because
Cool.
like I'm like kind of parroting him in just some of my personal opinions, because he has like all the freaking threads, and I'm like, holy shit. So when I leave, I'll add him in, because I'm sure he'd like to talk about that stuff if you ever do one again.
Because he is really smart, especially with his threads and stuff. Like
He is.
tends to open my eyes to so much stuff.
Yeah, like I had like a general idea of what was there, but reading his threads,
Yeah,
that's such an eye opener.
it's just
Right.
so fun. But I'm gonna go ahead and sign off for tonight,
Okay.
and I'll see y'all later.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Did she add you to the group? Wait,
I don't know.
is she gonna add you to the group chat?
Yeah, she's gonna add me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm eating Twix.
Twix, amazing.
Right. Peak candy.
Pecan. I was just about to say that.
No.
It's either Twix or actually Twix, Milky Way, or Three Musketeers. I can rock with either one of those three. Here's the weird thing. I was never big on Snickers, but like once I got to middle school, like dude, Snickers is the shit.
Me either. Until I started like one day, I ate a Snickers. I was like, that's kind of good. I was sleeping for real. I was sleeping on Snickers, bro.
Right?
I was like, where have I been all these years? Like I ate the ice cream too. That shit was smacking.
That was good. Yeah, right.
Which was smacking. I was like, oh my god, peak.
Peak candy or peak ice cream.
Peak ice cream.
Guys,
Another peak ice cream is like it's like chocolate and vanilla mixed together. Peak.
that's a good one. Another one I could think of is mint chocolate chip cookie dough. That's great.
Did you say mint?
Mint.
KYS.
That's okay.
He said that's okay.
That's okay. Hey, I respect people having different opinions on ice cream because I know people have certain things. I know a lot of people dig pistachio. I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest pistachio fan.
I don't like pistachio either. The hell? Mint is weird to me because I don't want to taste toothpaste when I'm trying to eat my ice cream.
That's fair. Granted, I haven't had mint ice cream in years. Like it was my thing back in middle school, but if I taste it now, I'm pretty sure, probably won't taste as great. But
Like a lot of people don't like strawberry ice cream, but I do. I like strawberry ice cream.
yeah,
I like strawberry cake too. Strawberry cake smacks.
strawberry cakes, great also.
Smacks.
Same with the red velvet cake. Oh my
Oh,
god,
smacks. So good. I swear to God, I think on my birthday I specifically asked for a red velvet cake with vanilla icing.
Mm-hmm.
I was very particular at what kind of cake I wanted. I also like chocolate cake with vanilla icing for some reason. I don't know why I like that, but I do.
I do too. Funny enough.
People like because my aunt, she bakes cakes sometimes. So I had asked her to bake me a cake for my birthday. I said, I want a chocolate cake with vanilla icing with my name spelled on top of it. So specific. But yeah, that was what I wanted. And she did it. And she did it for me. I think it was my 19th birthday. And like they were treating me like a baby. They were like, happy birthday. I got treated like a baby the whole day. It was my birthday. I didn't have to do anything. I remember I was just chilling or whatever, and I was like, it's cold. And they were, let me go get you a cover. Let me go get you. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting baby today. They even put the cover on me. I was like, oh, wow. Can it be my birthday every day? Oh my God. My thing is, why can't Aaron be real? Let me stop. I need Aaron to come to life right now.
Man.
No, we need Aaron for real, because there's a lot of people that need to go.
Legit.
I need Aaron alive right now, because
Yeah, dude, Aaron was my boy. I'm not gonna lie. Like up until the final chapter, I was like, dude. I remember stating this. He was one of the best shonen protagonists of this generation. I said that, and then 139 comes out. And I'm like, oh yeah,
you gotta change that take. L take, bro. L.
Right.
All right, before 139, I would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, he was like S tier. He was
He
S
was.
tier. I was like, damn, this is the best protagonist I've seen in a while. But then
139 no, because I remember I was sitting there, I'm like, how many shonen protagonists do you see go in the same length that Aaron went to?
right.
I've seen Naruto, I've seen Ichigo, I've seen Luke. None of them have gone to where Aaron's going right now. And then 139 hits. I'm like, son of
Bro.
a bitch.
Aaron was supposed to set the tone. Aaron was literally that guy. He was that nigga. Like, let's be honest. He was that guy.
He was.
Like, what happened to my boy? He was that guy. Like, man was like, he was like on the charts, trending all the time. He was just that guy.
He was.
Like, what happened? He was the true Chad that he was supposed to be.
It's like every week, Aaron would be trending on Twitter. I remember every time Aaron popped up, I was like, yo, did y'all see what Aaron did?
Right. He was always making he was always making the headlines all the time. He was literally always on the charts
No, like,
every week.
Even when this final season part 2 started, everyone was like, dude, did you see the shit Aaron pulled? Did you see what he did to Zeke? I'm like, I wish I could relive this.
Right. I wish I could still have the same hype I wish I was an anime only, because if I was, I'd be like, oh my god, Aaron is that nigga. Like, did you see what he just did with Grisha? My man's was controlling it all from the start. He's that guy.
I remember losing my shit the first time when I read that in the manga. I was like, yo, this man pre-planned everything?
He just can't be stopped. He can't be stopped.
No, he can't.
He can't be stopped anymore.
Grisha said it best. Everything is gonna... That's the one thing, too. And Grisha said, this is all gonna go Aaron's way. I was like, well, he is the main protagonist.
Right.
Makes sense.
Honestly, if he would have won, I would have been like, well, you win some, you win some. Let me stop. You win some, you lose some. And looks like y'all decided to lose today, because I wanted Aaron to do what he was originally going to do. He said, I'm going to kill them all. I wanted him to do that.
I did too. Now some people are going to be like, oh, that's so immoral. Guys, it's not real life. It's a work of fiction. In the context of the story, it makes sense for Aaron to do what he did. Not post 139. But...
Right. Like, let's get real. If I was Aaron, I would be wanting to do the same thing. I mean, I don't really see the issue. Like, motherfuckers acting like I'm supporting real life genocide just because I agree with Aaron's genocide in a fictional made up story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, when did I say that I support real life genocide? Question marks. Also, in the context of the story, as a narrative choice, Isayama wrote it to be this way, that this is the only way. He wrote it that way.
Yeah, he said it himself, like it's either us or them.
Don't get mad at me because Isayama wrote himself into a corner. Get mad at him. He's the one that made it so there was no other way.
Exactly.
You arguing with me, you telling me the KYS. No, you should be arguing to him. But he's not going to hear you because he doesn't care about you. Like, take it up with him, because what you're getting mad at me. All I'm doing, I'm just taking canon material and throwing it back in your face. You get mad at me.
Legit.
Get mad at the manga, not me. Like, you just don't understand. No, you don't understand.
You?
No, they understand. They just don't want to.
Oh, yeah, people reading the chapters just as quick as possible, like it's some average shonen. No. I mean, like, it became that, sure. See, that's the funny thing, too, just thinking about it. Because I remember when Attack on Titan was first coming out, and then I got into the manga, I was like, they're classifying this as a shonen. I don't see any signs of that at all.
Right.
And then come post 123, maybe you could even argue more so the final fight. It's like, oh my god, we're doing unconventional shonen things. Final fight. Wow. That's very shonen-esque. Yeah.
Shonen-esque. Literally, the whole final fight was shonen in bold letters. Like, niggas coming back from the dead? Huh?
Like it's like on some Edo Tensei shit?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. When did Madara have time to do this? Okay, I'm so confused. My man, they pulled a fucking Kabuto on our ass. What is going on? Oh no!
Like, when did Armin I hate to say it, Armin became one of the saddest excuses in the in the post time skip because the Armin we had, the like the what's the word? The tactician,
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't present at all in the
Mm-hmm.
time skip.
Mm-hmm. Right, it was not.
And Annie points that out too. She's like, "So, what's your big plan, Armin? Like, what are you gonna do? What happened when you tried to corner me when I was a female type? What's your big plan? Oh, we're just gonna talk it out."
Oh yes, because that worked before.
I'm like, Armin, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna work. You should know this.
Dumbass. But that's when Isayama was like, I was really hoping for Armin to come to a conclusion. What?
Exactly.
Didn't you write him? I'm confused. I'm confused. Are you sure you wrote the story? Because you saying stuff like that is making me very question a lot of things. I was really hoping Armin to come to a conclusion.
What conclusion?
What? What?
Oh, I just want them to live long, happy lives. Yeah, that doesn't sound ominous now, does it?
You know, it does sound that does sound really sus. I just want them to live long, happy lives. Like basically saying like I want them to, but hey,
They gotta go. They gotta go.
they gotta go. I want them to live happy lives, but tisk tisk.
Yeah, she's gonna show a panel of the bird just flying off into the distance while that one particular panel with them at the table falls into the abyss.
Right. Like it's just like I want them like okay, I can just like imagine how he's saying it. Like I want them to live long, happy lives. And then it just falls into the abyss. Just like, oh, well, we know what that means.
Yup.
Dead 1, dead 2, dead 3, dead 4.
No, and it looked like it was going that path too, because you had Hanji die, then you had Flock die, and for the most part, Jean and Connie were on that list too. Once they transformed, I was like, they're gone. There's no coming back from that.
Right, but John had to get with Mikasa, so you know, John had to give her that long schlong. So you know.
I could just imagine. Can you feel?
Jean Casa Canyon. Oh jeez. Jeez. I mean, I was thinking about this too. I was thinking about like if A&R were to happen, who would die and who would survive? That's a good question. I know a lot of people saying that all of them would die, but I don't know. I don't think all of them would, but I feel like
some people want to say Reiner will die. I guess my thing is Aaron and Reiner are like two sides of the same coin. So if you have Aaron survive, I think somehow you have to have Reiner survive somehow. Even
Reiner
if it
wants to
means
die
letting
anyway.
huh?
Reiner wants to die anyway.
But you know that'd be the biggest irony though. He wants to die, but in the end he doesn't get death. It's like, yeah.
Okay, well, we can look at it like I guess I feel like Connie is gonna go.
For sure.
I feel like he would die. No one cares about him. I think another person that would die is
Mikasa?
well, yeah. It hurts to say well, not for me, but for
a lot of people.
For them, it would hurt to see her go. But I feel like that would like be that would be the biggest hit to the series if she died. Like, oh my god. That would be insane. And actually it would make sense if she were to die. Because
the see you later scene, or or like when she's asking why. See, that's the biggest thing too. When she asks Aaron, why are you crying? Like the man's crying is not like he saw her kill him. It's I always assumed that was him killing her. I thought that's
Right.
why he was crying. I was like, that makes sense. And you know what's funny? People always bring up the whole, oh, I'll wrap the scarf around you forever and ever. I got a twisted view on that. Because when he made that speech to Mikasa,
Hmm.
my thing is, okay, I'll wrap the scarf on you forever and ever. My take was, he's going to wrap that scarf around her grave.
Oh damn.
That's
That
what
would have
I
been
took.
good. That would have been good though.
Right?
Another thing I think because Mikasa dying would have made sense was because a great power is gonna kill you. Like what?
That's from Lost Girls, right?
Yes, it is. And
Yeah.
I heard Lost Girls is a part of the story, so I don't know. Like literally, like a great power is going to kill you. Why would Aaron say that? What?
And what does the great power end up being?
Like, what is this great power? Like, what is this great power you're speaking of? Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, you see, with great power comes great responsibility.
Says, you said something was gonna kill me. What is that? A great power. Like, what?
What kind of great power is this?
Like, what kind of great power? I can't explain too much. No, I'm gonna get explained because I want to know.
And
Oh
then
my
there's the whole what's it called? That conversation you had with Pixis. So what do you think about the world coming together to find a common enemy? Yeah, I've heard that story before. It's kind of rosy, and I find it kind of dull.
God.
Aaron, what are you trying to do?
Bruh.
It's like contradictions up the wazoo.
It's funny. Who was it? Was it Edwin or Reiner that told Aaron, "You play the villain next"? I forgot who it was, but they
I think it
told
was Reiner. That was
Aaron,
during the
"You
training
play."
scenes, right? Yeah, I
I
remember
think they
that.
said, "You play the villain next." Like, oh shit, the foreshadowing.
Yeah, it's like we've been saying. You can't sit here and tell me Isayama did not have this shit planned because you throw it in little lines like that.
Right. The rumbling was predicted long ago. Armin predicted the rumbling.
Yeah, like maybe it's time we got them out and they went off on a long walk. Well, about that, Armin.
All right, like Armin, like literally, it was back in like the beginning stages of AOT. Armin literally predicted the rumbling. So funny.
See, this is what makes me so mad about the Uprising arc in the anime because there's a part in the manga. I don't know if you remember this, but Sasha makes a comment about like, yeah, who knows? Maybe the people sitting next to us will turn into Titans, and the two people sitting next to her were Jean and Connie,
Oh
and
my
I was like,
god.
that's crazy.
That is insane. See, that's what I'm saying. Isayama, he knows how to foreshadow. What is he doing? Oh my god. That's insane. That is insane. That is actually insane. Oh my god.
There's a lot.
There is a lot of foreshadowing in AOT. It is so much foreshadowing in that series. Like the
AOT opened up my mind to a lot about like analyzing like
for
panels
real,
and
like
whatnot.
there was the foreshadowing of Bertolt and Reiner being Titans. The foreshadowing of Annie being a Titan. So much foreshadowing.
Aaron was talking about the colossal titan, I think, at that table in the cabins, and I think Annie was looking directly at Bertolt. I think.
Funnily enough, what was it? It was fuck, I'm trying to remember. Who is it? Oh yeah, I don't know why, but it's one scene with Reiner, Bertolt, and Aaron, and they're on top of the wall, and basically it's where Reiner literally says, "I'm the Armor Titan, and he's the Colossal Titan." I don't know why, but I thought that was funny how he just blatantly just said it.
Yeah, like
Like
right out of the gate. I remember reading that in the manga, and I was like, is he joking? Because just nowhere.
My man just came out and said, "Yeah, so I'm the armored. He's the like. What are we doing? Like, you're so loud. What's wrong with you?"
And I was so on Aaron's side with that too, because he was like, "What the hell are y'all talking about?"
Like his eyes, like what? What? Okay? Like what are we talking about?
Like y'all are losing it. It's okay. It's okay.
Like you lost me. You lost me, and you're the armored titan. Like Mikasa was standing there, like she turned around, she's like, "What?" Like, oh. Like, oh my god! Like the way he just blatantly said it, like it was so nonchalant. Like there was no build up. He was just like, "Okay, I'm the armored." Wait, what? Like you would miss it. Like if you weren't paying attention, you would miss it. Yeah, that's how fast and nonchalant it was.
Really?
Like I remember I read that for the first time. I had to back up the episode. I had to like rewind 3 times. I was like, wait, what? What? What?
Man, dude, that 4-year wait between season 1 and season 2. Like, I remember reading that. I was like, the anime owners are gonna lose their shit when this gets adopted.
Bruh, the Marley stuff. When the Marley stuff came out in the manga, I was like, yo, anime onlys are gonna. Oh,
They aren't ready for Aaron.
They aren't ready for Marley Aaron.
I
Hobo
was like,
Aaron.
if y'all are starting to love Aaron in season 3, y'all are gonna love him even more in season 4, because the
Right.
shift this man goes through is
Peak Aaron.
peak.
Honestly, Hobo Aaron is peak Aaron. Wait, Hobo and Paths. Peak Aaron. Oh my god. Literally. But in my opinion, I don't know who's better, Pabs Aaron or Hobo. I can't tell. I don't know.
Man bun Aaron. No, man bun Aaron.
Maybe in the beginning, man bun Aaron, but not last man bun Aaron. Hell
Yeah,
no.
the last chapter kind of.
Nah, last chapter fucked up man bun Aaron for me.
It did, admittedly.
But Hobo and Paths are head to head.
Definitely.
I don't know who's better. I don't know. I think I don't know.
I want to say paths just slightly. I want to say slightly paths.
Maybe, but I love the way Hobo Aaron's just like chilling and just like the way he talks.
Hobo Aaron is definitely a lot more calm compared to the other two.
Right. But Paths Aaron also gives us that old Aaron just a little bit, but just I don't know.
When this man was talking his dad down, like, "Hey, did you forget the reason why you came here?"
That was beautiful.
Like, did you forget that man, that you had a little sister until that man fed her to his dog? I was like, holy shit, he's being real, but I was like, this is the same guy.
So true. Aaron spitting facts. He chose to speak facts. Honestly, yeah, I think Pavs Aaron might have it just a little bit above. But then again, the declaration of war.
That was amazing too.
That was like the whole like the sparks going everywhere, like him shaking Reiner's hand, like goodbye, bitch. Like, oh,
just a simple handshake, like, yep, I just keep moving forward until I kill all my enemies. I'm like,
the way it's done and executed is so beautifully. He's like, I just keep moving forward until all my enemies boom. Like, whoa.
Could you? Oh my god! Could you imagine that scene with the OST that was playing when Reiner and Bertolt transformed in front of Aaron? That would be
I just fainted. Like, oh man, like, oh my god, it was so good.
Really
was. Even when I saw the edit where they put the SpongeBob Sweet Victory over it, even that was still peak. I don't understand. It was literally a SpongeBob edit, and it was still peak.
There was an edit someone made where Aaron's doing the speech, and you have like the SpongeBob character. That shit was funny.
Like peak fiction. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Yeager? Like, bro, please. Aaron is my religion. Oh, like I will follow behind Aaron to the ends of time. Not 139 Aaron, but
No.
every other Aaron is great.
Aaron was like a leader, and then 139. I'm like, no, get that one out of here. He does not
For real.
exist.
Like, what happened? What did y'all do to my boy?
If I ever go down to Japan, I'm gonna be like Isayama.
What
I'm gonna talk some shit, but then we're gonna go out for coffee because I need an explanation.
Oh my god!
I won't
Go out
hit
for
you.
some coffee.
I won't kick you in the nuts, but I need an explanation. What happened?
And Isayama, I know your ass can speak English because I saw you writing in English before. I saw you writing in English when you was telling us thank you. No. I know you can speak some English. You finna learn it today.
We've been going at this for a while, Jaden. Unfortunately, I gotta get going. So,
okay.
Yeah.
It was been 2 hours and 36. Damn.
It did not feel like 2 hours and 36 minutes, though.
I know. It only felt like 10. No, not 10 minutes. It felt like about maybe an hour.
At most, yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's what happens when you talk about AOT. You get lost in the sauce.
Should definitely do more of these. It's fun.
Right. But the picture I'm using on here is not the picture that I have on Twitter. The picture I'm using on here is literally my Aaron and Historia Sims. I don't.
It's the same thing with me, too. Like, the picture I'm using right now is not the same one I have on Twitter.
Right. But if you gotta go, you can go. I'll be on Twitter.
Yeah. I'll be on there, too. So. Till next time.
All right. Bye, people. The people that.
Later, guys.